Bye folks. So I've come down to Pevensey Bay again today. I'm literally on the beach right in front of the car park, if you know this venue. Really easy access for people who maybe don't want to or can't walk so far. And because I'm specifically targeting dabs today, I've only got one kind of rig with me, and I'll show you that now. So we have here a 3-hook flapper, and I've got a 60-pound Zen rig body, and my snoods are 14 inches long, 28-pound blackout down to a size 6, I think that's a super match hook. So 3 of those, and at the bottom I've got my Slinky Kate 5-ounce grip lead. It's a tad windy and a tad rough down here today, so I might need to step that up to 6 ounces. And we'll see how the session goes. I've got with me only frozen lug today. I've got 2 wraps of lug I froze in the newspaper, and I've also got 2 wraps of oiled and salted lug. So I'll be able to compare those baits and see how they work for the dabs today. Cool, let's see how we get on. Cool. So here we go. Got my 3-hook flapper clipped on to my competition performance, and on this rod I've got my blue Daiwa 7HT. The other rod I've already got cast out. I've got my Tronics Pro Banzai Monomag on that one. So same reel as I was using last time on my first videos, same reels. And yeah, we'll get these baits chucked out, and hopefully Mr. Dab will come along and munch one of my lugs. Right, I'm going to cast from a little bit further back. Well, that cast really got taken by the wind. It is blowing a hoolie down here. There we go. Baits out on both rods now. Let's see how we get on. Time to see if I've got anything on the first rod that went out. Wish me luck. Get that grip lid out the ground and get this one brought in. Feels pretty light, not sure there's anything on here. But you never know, we might have the obligatory whiting. Although I am hoping for a nice chunky Pevensey Bay dab. And what have we got? Oh, it is a dab. Look at that. First chuck. The plan has worked. I'll walk down and get this chap up. Don't drag him all the way up the beach. We've got the leader not in the right place on the reel. And we have a treble shot, people. There we go. First cast. Target species. We have a couple of whiting and what I came for, a lovely little dab. So I'll get these chaps unhooked and get some more bait out. So these were caught on the ones that I had frozen lug wrapped in the newspaper. We'll try the oiled and salted a little bit later on. So there we go. Hey, beautiful. So there we have it. Cute little Pevensey Bay dabs. Fantastic. I'll get him straight back. Well folks, before I could get my other rod rebaited and sent out, I brought in the other rod. I've cut my second cast, my first cast on the other rod, second cast overall, and we have another of our target species. Fantastic. And Mr. Whiting and Mrs. Whiting. So again, we get these guys unhooked and chuck them back. If it keeps up like this, I'll probably go down to one rod and just target them with one rod. So yeah, great start. So I've just popped back the 2 whiting that I'd caught, and I'm going to unhook this dab using the through the gills method. So I'll show you this in case you've not seen it before. It's a really nice way of unhooking your fish. So you get your dab or any flatty, forceps, I'm going to slide that up through the gills nice and gently. I'm just going to put the fish down for a second because I need 2 hands for the next bit. Okay, so what I've done there is once the forceps come through the gills, I've got the snood line. I'm just going to gently pull that back through and out the other side, and then I'm going to take the dab and the snood and the end that's got the hook, just work out which one that is, this piece of line. I'm going to very gently pull that, and what it does is turn the hook. I don't know if you can see that hook's just popped out there, and then I can get my forceps and the fish and very gently hold that hook, pop it up, pull the snood back through, and there we have it. No blood, perfectly unhooked dab, and he's going to go back absolutely fine. So I'll get him chucked back. Cool. So I've got my rig rebaited. This is now my 3rd cast on the competition performance, and yeah, let's see if we can get another dab. Brilliant. Whee! Let's get this chucked back out. So I'm only casting about 50-60 yards, and we've certainly got a choppy old sea today. I'll lay the lead straight back behind me because I'm only flicking it. There we go. Will it be dab number 3? We'll find out shortly. So I've got the rod on the right's out there. The one on the left I haven't had time to chuck back out yet. Just tighten that line up a little bit so the tip sits nice. Look at that. Waves pulling that round. It's pretty choppy, pretty windy day. I think it's 30 mile an hour winds, gusting up to 40 a bit later on today. So yeah, let's hope for some more dabs. I'll just put you on the one rod there that's cast out while I bait up my other rig. I think I've already got a bit of action on there. The rod tip's pulling around a bit with these waves, so it's a bit hard to tell whether you've got bites in this. But there's so many fish out there, especially whiting at this time of year. I'm not too worried about spotting the bites. I think they just hook themselves. And more fishing to a bit of timing. To be honest, the first 2 casts where I had those 2 treble shots weren't out there very long at all. Maybe 10 minutes max, I reckon. I'm going to have to tighten that line up again in a second because you can see it's so the waves have already moved that grip lead. Tip's not bending round as much. So I'm just sticking my bait on the baiting needle ready for the next rig. But yeah, with this level of action, it may well be one rod very soon instead of the 2. Both the rods I got with me today are the competition performance. I didn't bring the blackout down. I just fancied a bit of fun with the slightly lighter rods, even though it is a rough old day. You keep an eye on my rods for me. Tell me if I get a bite while I'm doing my baiting up. Oh, definitely a bite on that rod. It's probably Mr. Whiting come back for seconds. As soon as I got this bait on, my second rig, I will get that reeled in. You never know, might have another treble shot on there. Happy days. Here we go, lug bait's all on. I'll just get this hung up on the tripod while we reel in and see what we got. Yep, definitely something on here. What do we have? Something on there. Another treble shot. So we've got another treble shot here. We have the obligatory 2 whiting, and this one's for my mate Stuart, little rockling. So it's 3 species, and yeah, great little session. Right, baits are back out. I've taken the reel off one of my rods, so I've just left now with the competition performance that I put the Pevensey monomag reel on. Pack the other one away. It's just too hectic, like catching treble shots so frequently, I can't keep up with it. So I'm going to get my next rig baited up, by which time I might have 3 more fish on the end. There we go, dab number 3. I haven't been fishing too long, so I'm really happy with the tactics of working and getting the targets. And I'll get this little chap back and maybe we'll get a few more dabs. I'll keep you updated. It'll be time to switch over to the oiled and salted lug soon as well, see how I get on with them. But these have all been on the frozen, just wrapped up in newspaper. So only the right hand rod's out at the moment. Too many fishes to fish 2 rods, which is a nice thing to have. So here I've got my oiled and salted lug. I've backpacked these, but they've been in my freezer a really long time. December 2019 it says I may put these in the freezer, but with that backpack they should still be nice and perfectly usable. Just wrapped in cling film after I've oiled and salted them. Let's have a look at what these are like. Get one out. They're going to be a bit messy because of the oil. So I always need a rag when I'm using these. There we go. Even though that's been in the freezer for, what does it say, December 2019, that's a good few years, they're still nice and supple. Once I hold those on with a bit of bait elastic, they should work a treat. Let's see if the dabs like these as much as they like the ones I'd stored in paper without the oil and salt. Bit of an experiment. Well, you know I'm using a 3-hook flapper. This is how many fish there are in the sea. Whiting number 1, whiting number 2, and 2 more whiting. That's it, 4 fish on a 3-hook rig. Damn, so I had a bit of a microphone failure. I've just had to move up to the top of the beach, and what I'm saying here is that where all the shingle has been compacted down by heavy plant, I can't really put my shutter up, and it was just a bit too windy up there to carry on fishing pleasantly. So I decided to pack up, call it a day. Means I didn't get to finish my black lug frozen versus oiled and salted frozen. So that's an experiment for another time. I hope you've enjoyed this second fishing video up on my channel. If you have, please like and consider subscribing. I hope to be back out on the beach in February when the place turn up, and I'll be getting some more videos made and recorded then, and I'll be aiming for maybe one a week if I can. So yeah, thanks for watching.